If you're new to my channel, hi. I pray before each and every one of my readings, so that way my energy is protected, your energy is protected as well. If you're returning, thank you so much for returning and trust me with your energy. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see what's going on with your reading, guys. It's the weekly check-in for my earth signs here, the element of earth. I do the reading weekly check-ins by element because we're all made up of all four elements. However, when it's like your sun sign, you should have most of those elements of that particular ruling element of your sun sign within your birth chart. I encourage you to listen to the reading entirety, but you're going to do what you want to do. Okay? So let's go into your reading. Yes? Yes. Great God in heaven, please allow me to tap into the element of earth, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Any messages that they're needing, any guidance that they're seeking today. Please allow me to relay these messages to them as accurately and clearly as possible. Please protect my energy during this reading, protect their energy as well. And please continue to bless our lives with peace, abundance, prosperity, and protection. Thank you, amen, and ashe. So, earth signs, when I was coming into your reading, I had a song stuck in my head, Been Around the World, and then I was like, what is that about? So I asked the question, it was like identity. What is your identity? Like you're trying to find your identity, lock in your identity for this particular season of your life. You know, we all go through certain seasons. Here, grand blessing, because you're about to step into something new or into a new you. And it's like you're trying to identify what this is. So I got identity for you for your weekly check-in. So let's go ahead and see what the overall energy is for you guys right now. Mercury's finally direct. You have third house messages. Speaking of Mercury, okay, that's mercurial energy right there. Mercurial energy as in the Gemini side of mercurial energy, that is. You have Jupiter, which is good luck. We know Jupiter's in Cancer right now. Third house, it's in Leo right now. Mercurial energy. What else is going on? So a little fire energy here then. Void course of the moon. Okay, that's divine intervention. For those of you who are new to my channel, that is my divine intervention card, meaning something is blocking or stopping you from making a mistake. Mercurial energy. Okay. Again, the magician here, your mind. So the overall energy for you earth signs, what's going on here is that what the universe is trying to send to you is a mind trick on yourself. You're like, what? So it's trying to get you to overthink, but overthink in a positive way. This Jupiter abundance here, that everything is going to be okay. So some of you tend to be pessimists is what I'm picking up here. Because for this to come out how it comes out, third house, Jupiter, void course of the moon, Mercury, this is meaning we have to stop you from thinking negative to stop you from being positive. So some of you may find yourself overly optimistic at this time, and you're usually not like that. You're like, why am I believing this? This has got to be fake. But I believe it's going to happen. Yes. So you're getting mind games played on you, but in a positive way, because they don't want you to stop what you're doing, because you will talk yourself. Somebody will talk themselves out of something great, and they're playing a mind trick on you, so you don't do that. Thank goodness. All right. So let's see. Let's start with Capricorn. What's going on with Capricorn? I can't find my baby. I don't know what song is that? Why he's gone away and I don't know where he can be. My baby, identity. But I'm gonna find him. And I usually don't know lyrics to songs, but I hear that very clearly. Anyways, I usually just know like the tune. All right. Six of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. You can get into Emperor. Okay. Ten of Cups. Ooh, Eight of Wands. Wait a minute. What's going on, Capricorn? I get so excited. How you guys doing? Great, great. All right. Anyways, moving forward. All right. Listen, everything has got to calm down. Y'all saw this. The thing was lifting up. The car wouldn't sit down. It was doing too much. Sorry. Back to your reading. So you got the Knight of Cups, the Six of Pentacles crossing the Knight of Cups. Somebody's like, man, somebody understands your comedic timing, your humor. So that's a good thing. So there's energy coming in that understands like when you're being serious, when you're playing, but they understand you. It's an even give and take of an energy. But in the conflicted position is the Four of Pentacles. There it goes. So this was for you, Capricorn. There it goes again. Capricorn's like, nah. But this doesn't necessarily have to be a person. Here, this could be you stepping into your power as an individual. As we know, Mars energy. Mars is in Libra energy right now. So this is the perfect time for you to be balanced out with this Aries energy. However, what's combating that and why you feel this pull is like, man, I can't be who am I who I say I am? Yes, you are. That MFer. You absolutely are. But Chiron did just go into retrograde in that Aries energy, which could be the reasons why it's like some of you are still fighting with the idea of you're like a novice, or you're still at the beginning stage, or like there's still more work I need to do on this part of me. I'm not at this level yet, but when you are, because you have the Eight of Wands being here saying that you have the go ahead, you can collect the $200, you can pass go. But be mindful of being attached to this old way of thinking here, that there's still, it's like somebody is always, yes, there's always work that you have to do, and yes, you're always learning. And yes, there's still something, it's like but you're not always healing. But you could always be triggered, but that does not mean you always have to react to the trigger. What do I mean by that? Somebody's like, oh well, it's like somebody's constantly like, I'm always on my healing journey, Not necessarily. No, you're not. You're supposed to be on your healing journey. Your healing journey is for you to acknowledge that you have trauma, that you need to recognize where that trauma stems from. Okay? Once you recognize where that trauma stems from, then you do the work of what are the tools that I need when I get triggered of certain things in my reality now that cause the trauma. What are the tools that I need to continue on so I don't go into a dark shell of depression and sadness? Okay? Then once you develop the tools that work for you, which takes time because you have to navigate through several different things to figure out what works for you. Trial and error. Okay, you figured it out. And when I say trial and error, that's life lessons. That could be people, that could be workplace, that could be cars, could be children, could be dogs, could be cats, right? So once you figure that out, you've had several experiences. Now you know how I'm gonna act here. I'm gonna act there. That doesn't mean you'll no longer be triggered in life. But what this does mean now is that once you're triggered, you'll be able to cope with it, meaning that you have healed that part of yourself that reacts to trauma. Because you acknowledged it, you recognize it, you have tools now to fix the issue if it does occur again. Some of you got to be mindful of always being in that place to where it's like, man, I'm always having to heal. Like, I'm still healing. No, you're not. You are now in the part of the journey that is no longer the healing journey, but you're now part of the journey to where you are supposed to be moving forward, and you're stepping into your power because you're mastering self. You are past the healing part of the journey. Okay? Okay. All right. Let's move on to Virgo. What's going on with Virgo? What's going on with Virgo? Virgo. You got the Page of Wands, Eight of Cups. Oh, why are you doing what? The Hierophant, King of Wands, controlling environment. Nah, even Virgo's like, even if even if they did offer me a new beginning, if they did, some of y'all gonna be turning down some type of commitment, some type of job. Because it's like you can see, like it's too controlling, and it's only temporary. It's a temporary fix somewhere. It's going to go back to its old ways. The Hermit, Three of Swords, Two of Wands, the Lovers. Nah, you're done. You're done with something, even if something. So this is just a confirmation for you, Virgo, here, that if something does represent itself for a higher level commitment, whether this be a person, job, house, family, say, hey, come back to the, some of you could be come back to the church or whatever, but the reason why you left the churches because it was toxic doesn't mean you won't go back to another place of worship. Doesn't mean you won't go back to another job. Doesn't mean that you would not have a relationship again. You just won't have it in that same circumstance with that same person, place, or thing. Because yes, it's showing that it wants a new beginning, but there is something that is going to like peek its little head through, be like, nah, this situation hasn't changed. This person hasn't changed. Let me not go back and repeat the hurt, because that's what's going to happen. Some of you are in danger. You in danger, girl. You in danger of possibly accepting something because it looks shiny and new, because they're, oh, it's healed. We have a past. You've been here for X amount of time, or we've known each other for X amount of time. You know, it's something like that. Be careful of being loyal to time and not loyal to yourself and loyal to the growth. Because some of you may be like, oh, I spent so much time here. I've known this person for so long. But yeah, but how many lessons you done learned? How much heartache have you had? How many headaches has it been? You know, and they're presenting themselves, yeah, like this is somebody that's like, oh, I apologize, and they're good for 6 months. But on that 6 month and 1 day, they act a plumb fool, baby. Okay, so be mindful of that energy here. All right, Virgo. All right. Of returning back to the scene of the crime. Ooh, somebody about to try to return back to the scene of the crime. Let's see what's going on with Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I was like, who are we talking about? Taurus. What's going on with Taurus? Some of y'all need to switch your hair products, Taurus. That's for somebody random. 10 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Ooh. Don't tell nobody, Taurus. You got, I hate to say it, I don't want to necessarily say a stalker, but be mindful of people around you knowing where you're moving to your next place or your next group or next community, because there's going to be someone here that's trying to sabotage your next move. You got somebody, could be family here, trying to sabotage your next move. So be mindful. Strength card, 5 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. Ooh. 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 You got a conflict coming up here, Taurus. So the conflict that you have coming up, Taurus, is that you're trying to move forward. And someone's going to try to make you feel guilty about moving forward, either to a new job, a new family, new community, new something. And when you tell them, nah, I'm still going to move forward, I still want to go forward with what I want to do, and then they find out, they're going to try to like backhand you, just like somebody calling the HR of your new job or something like that. Or this is like you trying to get like go rent a new apartment somewhere, and they're like, oh, you know, this person does, you know, drug, I don't know if I'm gonna get swipe on YouTube, I'm gonna say it anyway, does drugs, and next thing you know, you got the police showing up at your door, and it's like something happens, it's like somebody trying to sabotage it, but then the tower doesn't necessarily happen. And then when it doesn't happen and somebody finds out they can't control your next move, 5 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, here comes the conflict. They're going to just come face you head on. They might come yelling the screen and may even try to fight you. So be mindful of when somebody plan doesn't work to try to sabotage you, they're going to get real upset with you. And they will start trying to, looks like a confrontation will start here. 5 of Swords, because somebody can't reconcile, you won't listen to someone. This could even just be like somebody feeling as though you should listen to them because they're your brother or they're your sister or they're your mom or they're your wife. You should listen to them. And you're like, but what you're saying doesn't make any sense. Somebody get upset with you. They get pissed because they're like, you like it doesn't make sense. So be mindful of somebody getting mad at you because of this, because of that here. Okay. That's coming towards you. All right. And it's in Leo season. So this is within the next, What's today? The 12th. Leo season end like the 20, like this next 10 days. All right, could be 8 days. But anyhow, Earth signs, that's been your reading. I hope it helped you. Thank you so much for tuning in and trusting me with your energy. If you feel as though you would like to, you book a reading in the information in the description box below the video. You got to select more and it'll open up all to the link and everything. You guys stay blessed, stay safe, and stay protected, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.